Afternoon, YouTube. My name is Vinny Leva, and this is going to be a book review, the very first book review I did on my channel. So bear with me, and bear with me with the shitty quality because that fucking light in my kitchen is bright as hell. I'm going to try to put my head in the middle of that. So what I'm going to be reviewing is Bay's End by Edward Lorn. Edward Lorn is another YouTuber. He makes excellent book reviews and just videos in general. And actually, that's where I come to find out about him, that he was even an author to begin with, because looking up Stephen King book reviews, just found myself one day looking up reviews, and his name came up, and I just started, I subscribed to his channel, which you should subscribe to. Don't be an asshole. Um, he just is a great reviewer, and then in one of his books, in one of his reviews, he mentions writing, and he mentions Bay's End and how it inspired him to write his first debut novel. And my head just kind of was like, what the fuck? Wait, he's an author? So this isn't exactly the first book that I've read by him. The first book that I read from him, I might make another review, was The Sound of Broken Ribs. I saw just the title of that one, and I was like, that title is fucking badass. I'm going to read this book. I actually listened to it on Audible. And I'm so glad I did. I know that sounds cheesy and all, but Edward Lorn genuinely is now one of my top favorite authors, period. He's not concerned about word vomiting. He's not concerned about, um, just adding all this unnecessary information that you don't need. He gives you details, and he's not like that James Hackerson, whatever the hell you want to call him. That was the cheesiest joke ever, but I've read it. I'm not even going to go into that. Edward Lorn starts off his books with a sucker punch very early on in the books, and you're like, oh my god, like this guy is not pulling any punches, because he does what I think Stephen King has a problem with in some of his books, and like he develops his characters way too much, where you're just like, when is the monster going to come out of the closet already, so to speak. Edward Lorn gets you to jump in the book with these characters. You have Trey Franklin, who is more of like a timid type of guy, very shy, never gets into trouble. And you have his counterpart, Eddie Tremont, who they're best friends, at the end of the book, um, you know, they're the best of friends by the end of the book, I should say. And he's that swearing, doesn't give a fuck what you think, wears different shirts, that have just, shirts that you shouldn't be wearing as a 12 or 13-year-old. But he makes you feel with those characters just from the jump. From the jump, he doesn't have to spend 100 pages trying to get you to fall in love with these people. You fall in love with them right away. And in this book, I'm not sure if I said it, but it's not a horror book. There's no monsters. If anything, the monsters are people. And the atrocities in the book, the scary scenes it's people doing things to people. And what makes it worse is what I loved about this book, and what Edward Lorn did in this book is it's people doing horrible things to other people. But you reading that would be like, oh, that sucks, blah, blah, blah. But you get so emotionally attached to the characters in the book that when you're reading it's like you're there with them. You're going through that moment of pain, through that moment of loss, whatever it may be, because you feel all of that in this book. He goes through triumph. He goes through, maybe different hurdles you've had to go through your life, loss, love, just everything. And why those horrible scenes work is because you're with those characters and you love the characters. And just a short summation of it, Eddie and Trey go to the Westerns, which in the town of Bay's End, which is a town that Edward Lorn had created. They go to a park called the Westerns, which is a logging factory that shut down. So in the Westerns, they meet Officer Mac, who Officer Mac is the second spawn of Satan. And Eddie, being the cursing type of, person that he is, ruffles Officer Mac's feathers, gets a few black eyes, and Trey's sitting there begging him to be quiet, begging him to, just let them go, and Eddie to please shut up. So from that moment on, they know the type of person that Officer Mack is. They know that he's not this war hero, and Officer Mack is a Vietnam vet, I believe he is. So they know that that's not his. That's just his. He has several masks, I'll say, that he wears. So I'm not ruining everything with this one. It's all in the back. So they decide to get Officer Mack back by lighting 4 cherry bombs. 4 cherry bombs. Keep that in mind when you read the book, because you'll know why I emphasize on that. And from then on, it's just the fucking train derails and you are along for the ride. Just those 4 cherry bombs cause such a fucked up chain of events in this book. And like I said, when each situation comes up, why Edward Lorn makes it work is because he's already made you fall in love with the characters. So you're sitting there going through these motions with them, and you're like, well, how much worse can this get? You're almost asking, like, I found myself asking Edward Lorn, like, what more can we go through? Can we go through? Notice how I put that, because you're with Eddie, Trey, Candy, and you'll find out more about her once you read the book. And he's just become, with just this book and The Sound of Broken Ribs, easily one of the best authors that I've ever read. Give this man the credit that he deserves. Stop reading these big name bozos who are hacky chans and just churning out books for... No, he is a fucking storyteller to the fullest degree. He wants to tell you a story that's going to make you feel all sorts of emotions, and he also puts you through these emotions and puts you through these horrible scenes, but he does it in a way that you know, they're humans. You feel what they're feeling, and it hurts more when you feel with the characters what's going on. And Edward Lorn's debut novel, Bay's End, I have nothing but good things to say about it. The only thing that sucked about it was that when it ended. And that's cheesy, but literally when it ended, I had to sit down, and I was with my girlfriend. I had to sit down, and I told her, you ever just finish a book and it almost takes you a minute to kind of like get back. I guess it's sort of like when authors write their books and they become entranced in that world. You have to sit back and be like, I don't want it to end. What are we doing tomorrow? As crazy as that sounds, what are we doing tomorrow with these guys? And that's the type of feeling that he gets. And this honestly is going to get you feeling all types of ways. And it's an excellent book. And I'm currently reading his... I actually have it right here. I'm almost done. It's only 130 pages. It's Fog Warning. I'm on this thing now where everything Edward Lorn I'm trying to devour. I'm finishing this. I finished Bay's End, finished The Sound of Broken Ribs, and I'm trying to get through his Bay's End universe, I guess, if you want to call it. So right now I have The Bedding of Boys, Life After Dane, and Everything is Horrible Now, which I don't know why, but I love his titles. His titles are just fucking awesome. If you read the back of Everything is Horrible Now, the way the back cover ends, it puts the title in there so well. It's like, Everything is Horrible Now. And you read that, I just read the back of it, I'm like, I know he's going to put me through some shit through this book, so I need to be prepared. But I'm going to end this video just giving this a honest 9 out of 10 stars. If I had to be that guy to, I guess, pick anything wrong with it, to be honest, I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to give an honest book review, but you know what? I'm not going to bullshit you, YouTube. This book was fucking fantastic, and I'm not going to blow smoke up anybody's ass and try to make up something that, this book is well worth a 10 out of 10 stars. Like I said, the issue I had with it was when it ended, I was like, fuck. We're not going to be able to be with Eddie and Trey, tomorrow and the next day and stuff like that. So, again, thanks for watching. I'm trying not to make this too long, but the first video, like I said, I'm not trying to be the next Spielberg. Just trying to give you guys an honest review. Again, check out Edward Lorn, amazing author and amazing YouTuber.